Solana. It is one of the hottest new blockchains to enter the market in the last year. But what the heck is Solana, and what makes it stand out in the sea of smart contract platforms? And can it still make big gains for investors moving forward? I will answer all of those questions and more in today's video. My name's Lark, and every day I make videos about investing in cryptocurrencies. So if that is a topic you would like to learn some more about, then I highly recommend you subscribe to the channel and also click on that notification bell to know when I put out a new video. By the way, if you want to buy yourself some Solana, maybe some of the other top cryptocurrencies, some Chainlink, some Cardano, some Polkadot, whatever your fancy might be, then you need to grab yourself an account over on BINANCE. It is the #1 cryptocurrency exchange. Use the link down below in the description. You'll get 10% off of your trading fees, and you will be able to get up to $700 in trading bonuses. And I just want to make this clear as well before we get in a little more to Solana. No one has paid me to make this video. I do not currently own any Solana, and you should also not consider this video as some kind of a solicitation for you to run out and buy Solana. This is just an educational video to help you understand what the heck Solana is. It's a smart contract platform that I've been interested in for a while to learn some more about. So that's why we have produced this video for you today. So if you do enjoy that kind of content, then please whack the thumbs up button to show YouTube that you do like this kind of content, and we can produce more of it for you. Okay, so let's get into this. What is Solana? Well, it is one of the new kids on the block in the smart contract arena. Open source, permissionless, high performance blockchain. You guys know the drill. Solana founder Anatoly Yakovenko actually came up with the idea for the project in what he called a caffeine-induced dream state. All the best things happen with coffee, man. That was back in early 2017. Took a few years to bring Solana to life to get it to the market. The team at Solana have extensive experience building products for industry titans like Google, Apple, Intel, Microsoft, Twitter, and Dropbox. So we've got some really good minds behind this. Solana accommodates a wide range of developer languages as well, including many of the most popular developer languages, meaning that it is super easy for developers to come and build on Solana without needing to then go out and go through that learning curve of trying to adapt to a new coding language like Solidity or Haskell or something else, right? In total, Solana has 8 core innovations that enable the network. We're going to get a bit into the tech here, guys, but we need to get through this. We need to understand this in order to understand what it actually is that makes Solana interesting and unique. The first is replacing the longest chain consensus mechanism that's used in chains like Bitcoin. So how they do this is by using what's called a proof of history concept, essentially a new form of a publicly verifiable ledger. This is part of Solana's innovational proof of stake network. There's an innovation called Tower Byzantine Fault Tolerance. A lot of words there, big stuff. Basically, it's used to reduce latency and to make the chain kind of lighter by reducing the overhead, which is achieved by using a synchronized clock. Next is what is called their turbine. This basically allows the network to be highly censorship resistant, with the computers running the network able to increase speeds and increase bandwidths when the need is there. This system basically allows for optimized data streaming and for data to be able to be broken down into smaller packets, so making it very, very flexible. The fourth innovation is called Gulfstream. This allows the nodes running the network, the validators, to execute transactions ahead of time, reduce confirmation times, switch leaders faster, and reduce the memory pressure on the validators from the unconfirmed transaction pool. Very interesting stuff. This is what allows Solana to be able to process, this is big, wait for it, 50,000 transactions per second, which is just a little bit more, just a little bit tad more than Ethereum's current 15 transactions per second. Come on, Ethereum, step it up, man. The fifth innovation is called Sea Level, which is Solana's smart contract environment. Obviously, you can't have a smart contract platform without smart contracts. Now, this is a fully compatible environment with Ethereum. Very important. Obviously, it'll tap into that. But Solana goes way beyond that. You see, in traditional smart contracts, like Ethereum, only one contract at a time modifies the blockchain state. Kind of think of it like this. Imagine having a CD burner. You can only burn one song at a time, and you can't listen to the song as you're burning it. It's either read it or write it. Sea-level runtime can actually process tens of thousands of contracts in parallel, opening up, of course, the door for much higher functionality for blockchain applications. So this not only allows for non-overlapping transactions to execute concurrently, but also for transactions that are only reading the same state to be able to execute concurrently as well. Next, let's talk about pipelining. Solana utilizes pipelining to quickly validate massive blocks of transactions while quickly replicating them across the network. So essentially, what this does is it removes the bottlenecking issues that are currently so prevalent in the major blockchains by assigning different data to different hardware and just reducing that load and making it easier to propagate the data around. Next, let's talk about Cloudbreak. Now, this is a big part of Solana's ability to scale at the first layer and is an accounts database. Cloudbreak is a data structure that is optimal for concurrent actions. And then finally, we have the archivers. This helps with data storage in the network. So basically what the archivers are doing, trying to keep it all simple, not always super simple to talk about some of that technology. And it's a lot of tech, but it's also a lot of very innovational tech that is working on, actually moving the blockchain space forward and doing innovational things around the edges, making the technology better and more efficient. Solana is a very technically advanced blockchain by any current blockchain standards. Due to these technical innovations that we've just covered, and that's just scratching the surface, but just kind of giving you the base idea of what they are, Solana can already handle massive transaction throughput. 50,000 transactions per second I mentioned just a moment ago. That's a big deal. Block times right now as short as 400 milliseconds, meaning that Solana will never require developers to worry about multiple shards or layer 2 solutions, right? Now that's even a conversation with Solana. I can just handle it all already. In October 2020, Solana released its first bridge connecting Ethereum to Solana, dubbed it the wormhole. So the wormhole allows existing Ethereum projects to seamlessly transition over to Solana. So they can bring those tokenized assets to the Solana blockchain in just a few clicks, which is pretty awesome. Instead of course, having to come and rewrite the project's entire code base, they can just mosey on over. Not to say that projects are going to completely abandon Ethereum, but I think we'll see quite a few integrating Solana as well. This basically means it's just super easy for projects to go through that transition process and to get more liquidity on another blockchain. Solana has been very focused on ecosystem building and in particular looking at DeFi use cases, although there are some cool games coming to Solana as well, like Alien Worlds. We've already seen the launch or deployment of many applications to Solana, including Serum, which is a decentralized exchange. We have USDC, one of the most popular stablecoins. There's now $320 million worth of USDC living in the Solana ecosystem. USDT, $190 million worth of that in Solana right now. We also have NFT products like MetaMarket. Obviously, you have to tap into the NFT hype. We have Sol Starter, which is a Solana-based launchpad. That's going to be big. Parrot, a synthetic debt protocol as well. We're seeing applications like Civic and Ramp DeFi working along with Solana. Literally dozens of other projects and leading companies also working with Solana, bringing their solutions to their blockchain. This blockchain has been getting a lot of support as well from Sam Bankman-Fried. He's the founder of the FTX exchange. That guy's got a lot of money to throw behind things that he likes, so that's an important factor here as well. We do have that big money backing Solana. Recently, OKX and MXC, two major exchanges, also said they're putting $40 million into developing DeFi on Solana. So again, a lot of money, a lot of big players pushing Solana forward. Now let's talk about price speculation. Gotta love price speculation. Can Solana still do a 10x or more from here? I believe that it can. But let me put that into context for you. The entire market is set to appreciate massively during 2021, at least, in my humble opinion. That's what we're going to see for 2021. The question is whether Solana can outpace the market and climb up into the top 10 rankings and become one of the major blockchains. I mean, it's already, a top 30 blockchain. It's been in the top 20 a couple of times now. It has just hit a new all-time high this week. So if you are buying it now, you are essentially buying the top, or well, almost the top anyway. Solana is now in a very tricky area because 10x from here is a $60 billion market cap, which would make it the second biggest cryptocurrency based on today's metrics, or the second biggest after Ethereum, second biggest smart contract platform. But realistically, if it is going to 10x, then the market leaders above it in the rankings, they're also going to move up, right? We're also going to see Cardano and Binance moving higher, right? But considering that this is the first bull run for Solana, that would be a reasonable assumption for max gains during the cycle to see it 10xing, getting up to like a $60 billion market cap. And that's the bull case, right? However, there is an even more bullish case that Solana manages to capture loads of partners, that its ecosystem absolutely explodes in the coming months. There is a lot of big money behind Solana looking to make that happen. Their dollars are literally on the line and they want to see this succeed as much as possible. In that scenario, the gains potential for the long run could be even larger if it actually makes it and does become one of the major smart contract platforms and is able to capture a solid percentage of the market share. But let's keep in mind, there's a lot of hungry competition out there fighting for that same market share right now. Dozens of major smart contract platforms. So such runaway success, it is far from certain for Solana being such a young blockchain at this time. But if Solana does manage to get everything right, then it does have a good potential for gains. But just remember, it's already relatively high market cap, not super high, but relatively high. And, just keep your gains potential Hopium, in a bit of check here. Personally, I'm going to watch to see how this altcoin continues to develop. I think it's a very, very interesting one that you should be paying attention to. Your question for today, are you invested in Solana? Have you used any of the applications on Solana? And if so, what has your experience been like? Let me know down below in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching today's video, and peace out till next time.